it's Chasey Poo, and today I'm going to be doing a review of a product from your Willie shop. Yes, I know I did my unboxing months and months ago, and I have not reviewed the products individually, and I am so sorry. I'll make that up to you and review the product right now and post it as soon as I can. Please don't be mad at me. I have a review for you, though. Today, I'm reviewing the Willie Generation 1. So I'm about to show Peen on screen. If you don't like it, go away. My videos get demonetized anyway. Oh my god. I love it. Here it is. I'm just gonna show it to you. This is what the Willie looks like, all right? With this long tube and this like little thing for you to be able to pee. I'll explain everything in 1 second. So first of all, let me bring it up to you real close so you can have a look at the details. All right, so there's gonna be cat hair and everything, just deal with it. So this here is the shaft. As you can see, the detailing on that right there kind of looks a little like it feels rigid, you know, not rigid, but like there's ridges on it, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, the head right here is a little bit harder. And we're going over to the balls. Great detail. There's a movable testicle inside. There are 2 movable testicles, and it is pretty squishy. Probably some silicone gel in there. Then we go to the other side over here. I just slapped the camera. Very shiny, oh my. And it's not soft, it's not sticky, it's just there. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the tube with the little container that we will explain in 1 second for you to pee out of right there. So this is the Willie Generation 1. So first things first, why is this so long? This is so long so that you can actually, if you choose to, trim it, all right? Because when you're packing with this, it is gonna go under your legs, and you wanna make sure that this actually reaches where your urethra is in order for you to pee standing up. If it's too short, you won't be able to, and you'll have to like really get in there. So I'm glad that they give a really long tube here so that you can test it out and see how long it is. Don't cut it right away. Cut it in chunks, okay? I haven't cut it yet, but I'm telling you, cut it in chunks so that you can test it out, because you really don't want to mess it up and cut the whole thing, because then you can't, I don't think that you can yourself put another one in there and then you've just ruined it and this is just a packer. You don't want that. The price of this is $160, by the way, forgot to mention that. I think my favorite thing about the look of it, I don't really like the look of the shaft, I'm gonna be completely honest. This like, with the cuts and stuff, it just doesn't look realistic to me, but the balls, it's like one of the best balls that I've actually seen on a prosthetic, because it does have that like hanging, and the balls aren't too big, and that's an issue that I find with like Real Magic. Their balls are so big, and then Gender Cat also, which I'm sure you can ask them to make smaller balls, but the like default balls that they come with I feel like are so big, and I'm just not a fan of that, because the point of packing is to look like you have a nice ball, not to have the biggest balls in the world, unless that's your thing, unless that's what you want. For me personally, that's not what I want. I want something that feels good in my pants, but also has a nice bulge and not too big, so it's not super obvious, but it's obvious to me. It's really more like I care about it. I don't really care about other people. That's me personally. Okay, so now let's talk about peeing, because I do have a little bit of an issue with the peeing here. And obviously remember, this is for me personally and how I like feel with my body and so on. I'm not the biggest fan of this here. It's supposed to go right under your urethra and like catch, and like literally you're touching the urethra basically in order for the urine to go. And that's why it's so small, because usually you're looking at STPs and the cup that you pee into is a big cup. Well, they're trying to do something different here where you're actually peeing in this little thing instead of a big cup. And in theory, I understand it, and it does feel and sound great. However, you really need to kind of figure out the right positioning. And the issue that I have is that this is really hard. Like it's not plastic. I don't know what it's like, clay, but like hardened or something. It's very, very hard. And that can be really uncomfortable, especially if you're packing and let's say it's cut and it's like right, I should just cut this honestly right now just to show you. Okay, so I did a quick measurement and I cut it a little bit. So this is still a little bit long for me, but just to kind of show you, because some people have different bodies and so on. So when you're packing with it and it's down here, this part obviously isn't gonna go under your urethra, right? Because then this, so I'm just gonna show you, when you're packing, pretend that this isn't here, you're packing so your peen is like up here, right? Well, this doesn't really have a place to go. So you kind of put it down here. right? So that's not too bad. You can feel it, and then this is kind of just hanging, which might be a little uncomfortable for some people. You can also put it to the side. Some people have done that. You could put it on top, that you can probably see it from the top of the underwear. You can scrunch it up a little bit and put it like that. So when you're packing, it does that. Now, you'll have to move it underneath you, right, so that it actually fit like to the right place. And then, see, again, I told you it is a little bit long, but just to kind of show you, and then pack it here. So some people will pack lower in order for the thing here to actually be exactly where it needs to be. Now, I don't know if it's comfortable at all to keep it between your legs. I wouldn't totally recommend that, but you can just kind of leave it here. Now, if it's a little bit long like mine is, it's touching like near your butthole, and then you'll end up with a UTI, so don't do that. Make sure that this part here is not long enough that it's actually touching your butt from behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's right there. Don't let that happen. You'll get a UTI. So that's why you want to make sure that you are cutting the right length. So some people will pack lower in order for that to go there, and that's fine too, right? Me, preferably, I actually like to pack a little bit higher. That's just my bag, baby. So that's just kind of give you like a little like 3D model of what it's gonna look like. But for me personally, this is a little hard to put against my junk. I'm like very sensitive, and even after trying to find it a couple of times, it just didn't really work out for me. However, on lots of the newest reviews that I have of different prosthetics unrelated to this company, a lot of people are saying, review the Your Willie shop, it changed my life. So that's why I wanted to give you a review. Even if I don't like the STP component of it, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna like it. If you're gonna use a model like this where it's just a little tube with something small like here that goes up onto your urethra, I personally prefer the My Spouty. Now, I just searched my entire house looking for it, and I don't know where I put it, but I do have the like demo version of it. So it's like not the same as what it actually looks like now, but this is just to give you an example. This is what the Spouty looked like. Now what it looks like, it's all like a clear plastic, all right? But this suctions onto the area where your urethra is. And to me personally, that feels better than having something that's harder, kind of just loose around down there, or when I'm walking, I feel something hard. But again, that's just my preference and how I feel it. I did try to pee a couple of times with this, and honestly, when you get it, try in the shower, like, or the bath. Just make sure you don't have underwear on, because you will end up peeing on yourself, and that's completely normal. Practice makes perfect. And for me, I just wasn't able to get there, and I wasn't able to like really just pee in here and it wouldn't leak everywhere. And that's the thing, is that everybody's anatomy is different. And for me, even though I know where my urethra is because I used the Spouty before using this, I can't get it right. So what I would recommend doing actually is, I believe that they sell just this and this separately. So if you feel like this is your dream prosthetic that's gonna cure your dysphoria, your bottom dysphoria for packing and peeing, and you're really wanting it, but 160 bucks is too much for you, I'm pretty sure that you can just buy this here. So if you get this, you can test it out at home and see if it really does work for you, and if it does, then you're good to go to get this. Alright, that is my review of the Your Willie shop Willie. If you have any experience with this, good or bad, please put it in the comments below. I love hearing other people's experiences. It also helps people watching this video who are curious, because it's not just my thought that matters, it's everyone's experience with these prosthetics that matter, because we all have different bodies. And also, if you have any questions about this prosthetic, please put it in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. I'm sure other people will answer them. This prosthetic is very interesting. It's like a very different thing that we're going with, and it's also like a very old school way, because I remember years ago, I'm talking like 2008, all right, where we would be using this and converting it into an STP with something like this, all right? It wasn't this type of connector here. It was different, but it's very interesting that like it's like coming back, right? They kind of like put the tube in to fix it. I really like that it's coming back, and we're trying to find innovative ways to figure it out. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you later. Have a great day. Bye.